Holy Spirit, angels, ancestors, guys, my team of the highest light residents, thank you for raising me out of my bed. Thank you for this blessed Ogun Tuesday. Divine masculine, make it hot. Divine feminine, make it hot. I said, Spirit, make it pop. What's up, my units? Spirit said, clear that. hmm So I want to share a little story with you. Because at this time, there's a lot of nasty energies going around, a lot of attacks, a lot of bad, even if you think about it, in the aspect of judgment energy is out in heavy ways. And karma, hmm that be. Right? So, um, did you see the movie Weapons? Right? Interesting movie, right? So, this is a great time to get into a bit of protection because we're in a state of confusion magic, right? And a lot of things that happened before are coming back now in a sense of karma. And then anybody that's doing anything now, you might be too confused at what you're doing. And it comes back and it's just, it's too much. And the intention, like, what are your intentions? Like, why are we even doing this stuff? Do you know what you're doing? Like, why do you care? So I go to the store the other day to go and pick up some candles. And I'm just sitting there and I'm just getting some, I haven't got my stuff in a while. And it's interesting because here's another thing, right? Even all the negativity and all that nasty energy that keeps coming to me for how many years now? Like, I'm just been here doing my thing and it seems like people just still can't, right? Understand monogamy. All right? So, um, there's a lot of negativity that's been hitting my pages again and stuff. And spirits, I've been told to, right? I had my Shango energy. Shango was beautiful. That weekend went really nice. But I was told to hit a reversal, right? And when I hit a reversal, right, I don't even know where it's going. I don't care, right? But I don't know where it's going, right? It's about what was sent to me negatively, right? And this is for anybody, right? This is for anything that, like, I'm putting you onto something, right? So, our spirit said, hey, go hit a reversal, right? And I don't like to, for the simple fact that I shared with you, like, I don't really pay attention to that stuff as much as I should, right? I don't pay attention to that stuff as much as I should. And the fact that I don't pay attention to it as much as I should is what makes it a problem when it comes to having to protect myself because I'm too busy just living my life. But don't get twisted. I get attacked all the time, mostly spiritually, right? My attacks come spiritually. People won't dare to come to me physically, right? So I get to see how the energy is moving and how the devil works and how people are weak and how they think that they can, that they're even smarter than me in certain ways, right? So when spirit tells me to hit a reversal, sometimes I don't really care to because I'm like, I ain't got no time. But it's for me to understand that as I'm protecting myself here on the physical realm as much as I can, right? Paying attention, right? Uh, live good, right? Don't owe nobody, right? Don't, you know what I'm saying? Respectfully, right? Living my life so I don't have to look on my shoulder, but spiritually. Oh, right? And just the attacks the other day that I got on here, right? But my page isn't going to go far, right? What type of crosses is that, right? That's me. That's rude, right? And I was like, what is it? What does anybody care how far I'm going to go, right? But that's what it is. Spirits, like, they do care and they are watching you, right? And this is about time that you listen, do what you're supposed to do, and at the same time, right, protect yourself in the ways that I've been telling you for years. And I'm telling you for years, he's been telling me. I have friends that used to tell me these things too. And it's not to say I never used to pay attention or care, but at the same time, I always just be like, why do people like have this time to do it? But I don't have no time. And it's just a thing now where I'm just noticing as I'm coming back and nothing's changed in many aspects. Nothing has changed. As I'm coming back into myself again and I'm doing things, I'm just like, yeah, I'm recognizing things on a deeper level and it's easier. And I'm just like, are you serious? Right? Are you serious? I'm like, they have all this time in the world. They have all this time in the world. So I'm in the store and I'm buying my reversal, right? Right? I'm about my reversal. Right? Against hurting your business, unfair practices, or vicious tongue, or changing your money problems. Read Psalms 41, verses 9 to 11, and Psalms 43, verses 1 through 5. Okay? And this is, and I also have an open road, right? The last time I had my Arisha candle, it burned beautifully. So I didn't need to go into the rainbow again. And I was like, I was feeling the rainbow again. I didn't want to do it. Oh, yeah. So I saw the open road. So the open road is here too. Because things have to open up, right? Okay. But I'm in the store. And I'm in there. And as soon as I get inside, I swear to you, okay, from behind, right? This is what it looked like, right? Minus the red hair. But then the energy was giving just as such. When I go into the store, and then before I go in, I open the door and somebody's coming out. Yeah, and you do the gracious move to the side, let somebody come out. And even that person that was coming out, right? It's none of my business who goes into this store, right? But even the person that was coming out, that I was waiting to come out so I can go in, even that energy was just, you know, neutral. I go in the store and I see this. And when I tell you the nasty, I just said, are you serious? I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, what are you doing in here? Right? So I'm like, and then she was around where I needed to go. And I was like, listen, it's cool. I done chuck my ass over here, right? Not to say I didn't want to, but everything in divine timing and just how the energy hit and why, you know what I'm saying? I was like, listen. So I went around the bend, I did my thing, right? Moved out of my way and she was over here and I was doing my thing. I pick up my first and I have it in my hand. Right? And she's giving, she looks the spirit just and look just like the friggin' lady in the movie, just minus the red hair. Okay, so like, she's like, "What are you getting?" And it's just so interesting of how my spirit is just so honest and transparent in ways, and it's like, I'm just trying to figure out like what's the problem. So I'm like, and what I have in my hand is right here, and it's displayed right here. So I'm like right beside it. So it's like telling a lie in the moment, right? Is like it's just the cancer in me. It's just that button that way that doesn't navigate as such. I just can't, right? So I'm just like, but I'm feeling in the spirit like what about me for? Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, nah, like, what if, and I'm like this one, right? And then I go, ugh. I was like, why are you telling me? Like, And I'm like, well, it's right here. Like, what am I gonna like? Why am I? And then Sean goes like, don't worry, don't worry. Anything bad mind or anything, that shit on fire. Yeah, I was like, okay, cool. All right. So, because I was hesitant, I was like, I just want to come out, I'll come back. And he was like, yeah, don't worry. All right. So I continued doing my thing. All right. And then I was talking to my friend about something, and she was asking me about something, and she wanted to get something. I said, you don't need to get anything because you have the 3 from months ago and you still have been using them in a certain way. And I just, it's just like the money doesn't need to be spent today. Like if you want to, but I really feel like you have things that you are still working with and you could work with them still, right? So, and I was like, but if you want, you can get an open road. This one over here must have heard me. All of a sudden, now she go to the owner. Do you have any open road? Do you have any open road? You feel me? And it's fine, my unit. We're gonna be here. We're gonna educate others. We're gonna share things with others. You're gonna pay attention, right? This is how you demonstrate, as one would say, right? But I'm just like, it's just that, and you see, in the moment after thinking about it all in the situation, right? As we fine tune and we get into certain things, I had to ask myself, I was like, how would I have handled that better, right? And Cancer is very quick on his tongue, right? And he knows what it is, but I don't like to be rude to people the way I really want to be, because then all y'all get your feelings, because it's just like, oh, but it's just like, really, even in that setting, like in the spiritual sense, you know how we are in that setting, it's just like, it's as if like touching somebody's hair. It's like, what? You know what I'm saying? This is not a grocery store. You know what I'm saying? Buy what you're buying, right? And there's a different way of leaving coming in at that, right? But I just, I'm not, I'm very cautious, right? In certain ways, but in those senses, like it's very hard for me in my transparency in certain things to like lie. But I was like, how would I handle that different? It's like, oh, what are you getting today, right? And I'd be like, what I came for. What are you getting today, right? And that would have been it, right? Just leaving it right there, right? Flip the question right back on it and leave it at that, right? There's energies out here that are just that smart too, right? You'll be there, and even if it's not in an invasive way, or you're trying to manipulate or gather more, right? You're just honestly, there's people that will just sit there and know how to be a little bit more clever, right? And spin it back on you, right? And this is where also in the movie too, where it's about just methods and protection, right? So if a lot of things are breaking, right? A lot of things you're losing things, right? There's a season of like when, for me, I know when I'm not supposed to have something, right? Spirit will take it away from me. He will break it. He will do whatever. And I know that one of them, for example, right, is the headphones. It wasn't since like 2 years ago I started to get back into Bluetooth because it's just easier with the reeds than having a cord. Well, since like 2016, 17, I was using a cord in my phones because I knew about the frequency and all, you know what I'm saying, and all that. So I fell for it, right? But the aspect of him trying to make me lose my beats and me replacing the charging case or replacing the right earbud, right, is all an indication of me having to go and use the cord, right? Right? There's many different ways and things at this time to pay attention to, and it's like I feel like in the essence to whatever may be in the material, right, that you may be holding on to in a certain way, you could see too is like a dead end. It's like, you know, the way it may make you feel good inside, it may make you like, and you may understand like you always want these things, but it's like sometimes you have to like switch it up. You can still get what you want and have methods and still have a path to things, but it's like you ain't gotta, you feel me? You should know when. The mentor, the dead end. Yeah. Yeah. This is giving somebody who only looks out for themselves. The vibe I'm getting is somebody that looks out for themselves only, right? You go to them for advice, you go to them for certain things, but it's really like a dead end. They're not really there when you need them. And then you come to find out that you're always helping yourself in some certain way. So you're like, why am I always going out when I could just help myself? I'm just gonna go deeper, right? the riddle. Mhm. The creator, the destroyer, the tear. Yeah. This is giving no wrong. There's no wrong path right now. What are you crying about? Right? This is for the time and time again. What are you crying about? Right? This is like also feeling like there is nobody else to go to. So you're gonna have to go within now and ask yourself and create this solution, the shaman and destroyer. The tower that's here is because there's a this is a block. This is when spirit gives you a block, when you feel like it's blocked, but it's truly a blessing in disguise. Everything happens for a reason. And I really feel like when the end of the year comes about, judge the kiss, right? You really end up seeing, like, after time in certain things, the heart, right? If you're truly reflecting, right? In certain things you see, you made it through, right? And then if not, it's not about just making it through. This could be a new situation. Like, it's new for you to be here and it's devastating and I get it. But it's kind of like you should be taking in all the times of the past to understand that some things and sometimes people just and things just don't change. I had to realize that the hard way this year. I was pouring into a company that I felt like that was going to change, and they were acting like they wanted to change, and they push in a lot of shit, and they talk a lot of stuff, and they kiss a lot of ass, and they do all these things in a certain way. But when it really comes down to it, they weren't really. I know like what another year with them was going to be like, and all these other things. So I was like, nah, sorry, y'all can have this. You know what I'm saying? Be not because it's not something, like it's something to y'all, right? But to me, right? After all this time and seeing, like, you know what I mean? I don't want to put no more because I'm like, I can project, right? And that's what I kind of do, right? So y'all can have that respectively. You see what I'm saying? And no matter kissing ass can kind of like turn you around to get things back into your favor, right? Right. And then I'm now spirit's like, where are we going with this? And now it's coming back into the karma that's a bitch. When people don't like to lose, and people don't like when it's like a word like you were wrong. The joke, yeah, joke's on you, right? The ocean, the fault line, the chrome. And it's like whose fault was it, right? This is when things turn over, when things turn around, right? This is when negativity is still around. So it's okay. Nothing like, you know what I mean. There could be indifference. There could be endings and stuff. But you see, when there's a like when it doesn't end well, or when it ended in lies and trickery and deception, there's a big difference. There's something still left, right? Spirit seeing, oh well, that's why this is playing out, and the jokes on that. The jokes, you know, say, all right. This is really giving. You can kiss my ass. I can. I'm gonna go like I'm gonna go do it on my own. I'm gonna still get this done, right? A little bit of, you know what I mean? If you want to jump up on this too, right? Right? You're gonna have to, right? Show me. There's a flame in here. It's not a joke, right? Some things are jokes to people, some things are not, right? Just like what I was talking about. Some of this is a joke, and some people think it's serious, or some people think it's not real, and some people don't think it's not, right? The creator, the frame, the dead end. This is about back into this whole, starting off this week about doing what works for you, what the creator, the judge energy, right? It's kind of like This is something that like this can also even be a new relationship that really has a spark with you. You love this, like you see this working out. This is very unseen to you. Yeah. A lot of masculine energy coming through as well. I felt a his read, but the force. Yeah, the king. Yeah, yeah. A lot of healing energy here. Hmm. A lot of healing energy here. It's okay to be alone at this time and have to, right? Just really want to be alone, go on a walk alone, right? To actually want to just, you could, some of you guys can even want to be with your partner, or not like be with a partner right now and just want to be in a room alone. You'd be like, are you okay? You'd be like, yeah, just, right? The inner child's hitting, right? This is why I was telling everybody, make sure you're doing your work and feeling things out, and don't fall for the sabotage and protect your energy along the way. Karma's a bit, and she could possibly live next door. And I sit here and I watch how everybody watches all these other things. Like I haven't gotten to Stranger Things because I remember watching the first couple episodes, and at that time, the upside down seemed very familiar as I was getting things right side up. So I was like, and now I'm like 5 seasons in, and I'm like, I could imagine what you guys have been watching, but I'm like, ugh. I just like, there's a coexistence clearly, right? And now it's like what do you want to talk about? King, the one, come through. Amina Monday. This is you are the prize, man. Like, share, and subscribe if you need me. You know what to do. Ashe.